Sunday live on Sky, Nottingham Forest versus Spurs. Right, let's start with Rob. Of course, you were at Nottingham Forest. Decent start, I think. Obviously, beat West Ham, drew at Everton, made a lot of signings as well.
Well, 16 new signings. I think 145 million that they've spent.
Rob, do you think that's too many from an outside looking in? Because Fulham did that when they came up, didn't they? Fulham came up, spent hundreds of millions, tried to change everything what had got them there, and fell foul. Do you think that's the same at Forest, or do you think he's got the right players?
Well, normally I would say that I'm one of the... I think money doesn't buy you success. Quality buys you success. And having a clear idea and picking the right people to come in buys you success, not the money. I think, though, this year, I think Forest were below the quality of the Premier League, so I think they needed to. Probably 2 or 3 too many. But I think what they tried to do is try to build a squad that they know they're going to get some injuries. And still, if they do get injuries, they've got backup, which I think that's what their prediction is. But I think they've made quality signings, a lot of money. I think it was needed. And good players. And the biggest one, it was last week's goal scorer, Brennan Johnson. Good young player, but I think it was huge keeping him. And I think the other one is obviously Dean Henderson in goal. I think has been exceptional. Really good start. Yeah. Good performances. I think the big one was getting that first win against West Ham. Huge win.
And a good manager?
Really, really good manager. I think he's also one where I think nobody expects anything from him. But he's actually an excellent manager, excellent man manager. I think what you see is the reason they've started off well is because I think he's man managed everybody so well. So many faces and you pick up points, it's hard to do. So I think excellent start. And I think what you'll do, I think you'll see an even better Nottingham Forest in the next few games, because once the window closes, everybody takes time in the first month to settle, new players, so many new faces, a dressing room to start understanding each other. And a couple of the players that have signed have not played yet also. And people like Jesse Lingard, who's their biggest signing, is not hit that 100% form yet. So I think he's still, his form is still to come, his goals are still to come. So I think you'll see a better Nottingham Forest in the next few weeks.
Right, I'll come to you in a moment for a prediction, but first let's talk about your old club, Spurs. Unbeaten start.
Unbeaten. Pleased with the way that they've played. And I think the way they played at Chelsea sums up Antonio Conte's management. That's a game where before they'd have rolled over and lost.
You don't give up.
Yeah. And he knows how to win football matches. Listen, it wasn't pretty. It was probably Spurs' worst performance since he came in. You look at their points total from when he came in, it's up there with Liverpool and Manchester City from the time that he came into the football club. One of their worst performances away at Chelsea. It doesn't matter, there's no pictures on the scorecard. He went to a 4-4-2. He brought players off, he went to a flat back four, which I think he's only done once or twice in his tenure at Spurs. Put Richarlison up front with Harry Kane, which he'd done at Inter Milan with Martinez and Lukaku to such success. So he's not afraid to go 4-4-2. Richarlison caused them problems. And I just think there's an edge to Spurs this year. And you look at the 5 substitutes rule this year and you look at the players that he's brought in. The signings he's got in the summer are yet to make an impact. He's bringing them into the side gently. You know, Longley's still yet to play the centre-half. He played Davinson Sanchez at the weekend, which I was surprised. I think he's got a mistake in him, and I was surprised that he gave him the opportunity ahead of Longley. Christian Romero's back this weekend. Whether he plays him, he's going to play because they've got West Ham midweek as well. So I don't think Christian Romero will play 2 games. I think he'll play one or the other. So whether he risks him at Forest or not, or he sticks with Sanchez, we'll see. But I think the signs at Tottenham, if they don't get it right under Conte this year, when are they going to get it right? They've got the stadium, they've got the training ground, they've got the manager. They're now allowing the manager to do what he wants with the team. If Tottenham don't succeed with Conte, where do they go from Antonio Conte? If Conte leaves the club and they don't have any success this year, where do they go? 5 or 6 years ago when they're in the Champions League final, they should have backed Pochettino. 2 years ago, what would they have given to have Pochettino back? Now's the time to back the manager, give him the players he wants. Bentancur, Kulusevski, Basuma, the players that are coming in look like top players for me. And I think it's onwards and upwards here for Spurs.
Come on in, give us a prediction then. Forest, Spurs.
It's not going to be easy. The City ground, it was rocking. You know, it's great to see him back in the Premier League. The support there is fantastic. I went to a couple of Championship games there, and to see it with a new lease of life, you know, a new lick of paint on the place, new carpets everywhere, and the fans packed. It's going to be difficult, but I think Spurs are just going to be too strong for him. I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs, unfortunately.